Hey everyone, it's Rashida A. Marshall. Thank you so much for jumping into another video with me. We are going to be going through a quick lower body stretch routine. So if you find that you have a lot of tightness or tension in the legs, glutes, lower back, then this would be great for you to move through to see if that it helps to alleviate those areas. We're not going to be using any props or equipment. However, for some of the moves, you may find that using a chair or a bench or something that you can hold on to for more stability may be beneficial. And then you may want to modify some of the moves, and I'll mention that as we go through. So utilizing a chair or having one close by may be helpful. But other than that, we should be good to go. So let's go ahead and start.
So we're going to go ahead and get started by rolling onto the balls of our feet. So just kind of working through these bones and muscles that tend to be squished up in our shoes all day. So alternating from foot to foot, maybe about 4 on each side. And then we're going to take it into some ankle rolls. So extending one leg out in front and taking about 3 to 4 rotations in one direction and then reversing. And let's go ahead and switch to the opposite leg. Same thing as we lift that leg and take a few rotations in each direction. And after our final one, we're going to flip over onto the shoelace portion of our foot, so opposite of the move that we started with. So rolling onto the tops of your feet and then holding it for about 3 to 5 seconds on each side. From here, let's take it into a quadriceps stretch, so drawing one leg up behind you and grabbing onto the shoelace portion of the foot. Feel free to use a chair or the wall or anything to help with balance here. And let's switch over to the other leg. Same exact thing as we draw that leg up behind us, getting a great stretch in the quads and in the hip flexors as well if you draw that leg up a little bit more behind you. You can also rest the foot on a chair or box if that helps with your range of motion. We're going to bring it into some forward folds here, so bringing the chin to the chest and allow the body to be heavy as you round down towards the feet. Arms just dangle, and maybe you rock here from side to side, allowing the hands to graze across the ground. This is a great release for the lower back. And again, just allowing the body to dangle, really releasing any tension here. We're going to bring it back to center and round up one vertebrae at a time to bring us back to our upright position. Let's go ahead and take it into a second one. So again, chin to chest as you round forward. Upper body is heavy. And from here, we're going to inhale as we flatten the back, straighten the legs. Exhale as you collapse back down, chest toward the thighs. Again, we inhale, lift, and exhale, release. Again, inhale, lift, flat back, getting a great stretch in the back of the legs, and exhale. We have one more. We're going to inhale, lift, and as you exhale, deepen into that stretch. So the hands can rest anywhere along the legs where it's a comfortable stretch for you, whether it's on the thighs, the shins, or closer towards the ankles. Breathing through that stretch. Let's go ahead and exhale as we collapse, and then use the inhale breath to round back up to standing. We have one more forward fold, chin to chest. Go ahead and round down towards the feet. And we're going to go ahead and take it into a twist here. So right knee is bent as you twist towards the left. That left leg is straight and left arm extends up overhead as you follow and gaze towards the fingers. Let's go ahead and switch. So we take it over to the other side, same thing. Left knee is bent, right leg is straight as we twist towards the right, and right arm is lifted. This is a wonderful ITB stretch, one of my favorites. Let's go ahead and plant the palms down, and we're going to step back into a lunge here. So one leg floats back behind us. We're going to lower the knee down onto the mat, untuck the toes, and sink into this lunge. So you can rest the palms on your knee, as I have done here, or if it feels better to keep the palms framing the foot down on the mat, feel free to do that as well. And this is another move where you can maybe use a chair if you don't want to drop that knee and would like some stability. We're going to sit back on that, or move as though we were sitting back on that leg. The toes draw up towards us as we come into our runner stretch here. So with every exhale, aim to bring the chest closer towards that knee. And moving in and out of this stretch if you need to for comfort measures. And from here, we're going to go ahead and shift the body forward, and we're going to bring that leg down onto the mat for our pigeon pose. So aiming to square the hips to the front, keeping the chest lifted, and feel free to use a cushion or a pillow and place it underneath the hip if that feels more comfortable as you sink into the movement. You can stay upright or draw the arms forward onto the forearms and recline in this stretch, adding a different element to the move. And continuing to breathe as you hold it here. And let's begin to prop ourselves back up, and we're going to use our upper body to lift us back into that starting position of the lunge. Tuck the toes, lift the knee, and let's step that front leg back. And all we're going to do here is alternate. So opposite leg steps in front. Maybe you grab the ankle as I'm doing here to position that foot correctly. And let's lower the knee, untuck the toes. And again, we hold our low lunge here. So palms can stay down, or you can lift them up and rest them on that leg. And again, continue to sink into the lunge with every exhale. Chest stays lifted, shoulders relaxed. Really breathing through this movement. We're going to bring the palms back down. Let's go ahead and move into our runner stretch as we sit back or move as though we are sitting back on the heel. And we draw the toes of that extended leg up towards us. And every exhale brings the chest closer towards the knee as long as it's comfortable for you. And let's go ahead and move forward. We're going to bring that leg down onto the mat, again, to bring us into our pigeon pose. So hips are squared to the front, using a pillow or a cushion underneath the hips if that feels better for you as you sit down. And if you'd like to take it further, you can bring the forearms down onto the mat and sink a little bit further into this stretch. And you could even bring the forehead down as well. I don't do it here, but if you'd like to rest your forehead on the hands, on the top of your hands, feel free to move into that movement as well. And let's begin to prop ourselves back up using the upper body to get back into that lunge. We're going to step the foot back. Let's lower the knees to the mat, untuck the toes, and sit back in a child's pose here. So really creeping the fingers out in front on the mat, releasing the lower back and breathing through this movement. We walk the palms in towards the legs, and let's swivel the feet from underneath us, and we're going to extend them out on the mat so we can recline onto our backs for the next portion of the stretches. From here, let's go ahead and draw the feet in, bending the knees. And we're going to cross one leg over the other for our piriformis stretch. So you may choose to stay here. Maybe you float that bottom leg off the mat and draw the legs in towards the chest. And you can even maybe extend that leg up towards the ceiling, adding another element to the stretch. So whichever version feels most comfortable for you, flowing with the breath and maybe deepening the stretch with every exhale. Let's lower the leg back down. We're just going to switch the feet here. So same exact thing as you cross the leg over. Maybe you hold it right here. Maybe you draw that knee in towards the chest, floating the legs off the mat. Or again, maybe you'd like to extend that leg up toward the ceiling and hold the pose in this manner. We're going to lower the leg back down. Let's go ahead and uncross that leg. And we're going to slide one foot onto the ground and draw one knee in towards the chest. So we wrap the arms around the shins here, really hugging that leg in tight, feeling a good release in the glute muscles. We're going to remove one arm And then with the arm that's on the same side, create knee circles. So imagine drawing an imaginary circle in the air, about 3 to 4 in one direction, and then we reverse. Really working through your range of motion as you draw that circle, releasing any tightness or tension that you may feel. And after that last one, you're going to take the hand that's opposite to the leg and press that leg across the body for a spinal rotation here. And then the arm that's on the same side, extend it out and look in that direction, aiming to keep the shoulder rooted on the mat. So this is another one of my favorites. It's a great release for the lower back. Let's draw that knee back in, give it one good tug here, and then we'll get ready to release it back onto the mat, slide it flat, and let's switch over to the other leg. Same thing as we hug that leg in towards the chest. Releasing the glute muscles here, feeling that stretch. And then let's remove one arm and then draw those knee circles with the arm that is on the same side, about 3 to 4 in one direction. And then once you feel ready, go ahead and reverse. And after our final one, we'll go ahead and switch the arms here. Hand that is on the opposite side draws that knee down towards the mat, and then the arm on the same side extends out to the side as you look over towards that shoulder, keeping it rooted down on the mat for our spinal rotation here. Let's go ahead and draw that knee back in, and then we're going to draw the other leg in to meet it towards the chest. Now you can rock a few times left to right here for a back massage. And then if you'd like, you can rock forward and backwards about 3 to 5 times to bring you up to seated. And if you'd rather not rock to bring it up, feel free to roll over to one side in a fetal position and meet us upright. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together for our butterfly stretch. So cupping the feet with the palms of the hands. And let's go ahead and inhale as we sit tall, maybe looking up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. And again, we inhale and lift. And exhale, chin to chest, round the spine. Again, inhale, lift. And exhale, feeling the stretch in the inner thighs and the adductor muscles. One more, inhale, lift. And exhale, release. We'll bring it back to our upright center position. And as you exhale, drawing the chest forward towards the feet. Maybe you stay here and keep the palms or the hands around the feet, or maybe you'll release them and walk the hands out in front to allow you to deepen the stretch. Continuing to flow with your breath as you hold this stretch, moving as far forward as is comfortable. And let's walk the palms back in, and we are done.